If someone were to ask me what my favorite game is, I would respond with Dying Light. If you didn't know, Dying Light is the game in this video, and I decided to play it for the third time on Nightmare difficulty. This is going to be awful.
But as a grown...
You are Kyle Crane, one of the coolest characters with one of the whitest names. You're an operative sent by the GRE to recover a file stolen by a man named Kadir Suleiman. You jump into the quarantine zone, pull your parachute, and proceed to get your shit kicked in by some thugs. You shoot one, which causes the entire fucking city to go after you. Two people come to save you, one of them dies, and you pass out. You wake up in a building, you find the person who you presume is the boss. He isn't. His name is Rahim, and he's the little brother of the girl that saved you. He calls you lazy, you go to the 13th floor, kill a zombie, find someone, make a med kit, help him. Rahim sends you to the roof, you arrive at the roof, and you meet Rahim at the top of a crane. Rahim gives you a briefing, then fucking dies. Not actually. For some reason, the bags of garbage are so soft they broke his fall from that high up.
Holy shit!
But I digress. You follow him down, then he makes you run a course. You have a seizure, meet a scientist, and get a shot. You go talk to a guy named Spike. He makes you set up traps to do night missions. Jade, the woman that saved you, asks you to go check if someone is still alive at a safe zone. You go there, beat the shit out of him, turn the power on, and go back to setting up traps. The power goes out, you fix that, and then you have to spend the night at the safe zone where you murdered someone. The next day, Spike informs you that the night mission you were setting up traps for failed. Then you volunteer to go collect airdrops. All of them are empty. Brecken, the actual boss of the tower, sends you to make a deal with Rise, a local warlord.
Was that my left or your left?
He sends you to fix some radio towers. Then after doing that, he makes you extort money from people.
Okay, Kareem, I made the collection at the ferry station, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell. Join the club.
He then scams you.
Here, I will allow you this much.
You promised me 2 crates of it. This is only 5 vials.
He tells you he will give you more if you give him a girl to throw in his pit. The pit is an arena where they put people in to fight hordes of zombies until they die. You reject his offer and go with Jade to rob a school that was turned into a warehouse by Rise. In the school, you find explosives and leave the building. After leaving the building, you see this weird-looking infected. It's called a bolter. You ask the scientist that gave you a shot, Dr. Zeta, about these infected. You get a sample for him. Then Rahim tells you over the radio that he went to set up explosives at a volatile nest. While Rahim obviously didn't make it very far, he armed the explosives and was sitting in a boxcar. He tells you to go plant the explosives in the nest. You go do that.
Terrorists win.
Hey, Raheem! It worked, man! Hey, your plan worked, kid! Raheem? Hey, do you copy?
To go back to Rahim. You see that he has turned. You kill him.
Stop! You goddamn fucking kid!
Then you go tell Brecken. Then... yeah. Then... are you fucking kidding me? You go to find if Dr. Zeta is still there. He isn't. You go find him at Rise's compound. Then you get ambushed.
Get him!
Nice hit.
You get thrown into Rise's arena, and you're made to fight for your life. You don't understand how many times I've died at this part of the game. Anyways, you survive his arena, then you cut his arm off, then Dr. Zeta dies. You run away, then find people to help you get to Sector 0. Sector 0 is a place that was quarantined before the slums, making it difficult to get in. Anyways, they bring you to a place, you get ambushed by Rise's men, then you find a person named Troy. Troy knows where Jade is. You have to find Jade because she has Dr. Zeta's research. But first you need to make a sign to prove that there are still survivors in Haran. You do that.
Terrorists win.
But it gets destroyed. Jade gets kidnapped by Rise. You go save her. Then, well, she got owned. I beat Tahir to death. and I leave. I fix a radio tower to bypass the jamming,
Holy shit.
which was hell.
Shit, the cable snapped. You've got to be fucking kidding me!
I send a message and go back. I go to Dr. Camden, the other scientist working with Dr. Zeta, turn the generators on and hand him the tissue samples. Then you go to the tower to contact the GRE. It turns out Rise is working with the GRE to help him leave the city. You run to his tower, you find that it's infested with zombies.
I knew you could not resist, Gray.
Oh, would you just shut up? You're the last thing I want to hear.
You jump into the sewer, you go through one of the most stressful chase scenes I've experienced in a game. So many volatiles chasing you, then you have to make a leap of faith to a ladder. You exit the sewer, then a man named Kareem tells you they've laid mines on the floor above, which makes you go a different route. Rise shoots down the crane you're running on, and you have to jump to another building.
For 3 times in a row, I just said I'm gonna search for a rat, and when I found a rat, I tamed the rat and I named it Manuel. Alright?
You climb up the side of a building, then climb up a ladder to confront Rise. There is so much build up to this scene, and you went through so much to get to this point, and you wanna know how they fucking end it? With a fucking quick time event. You fight him until he gets on top of you. You turn his machete on him and stab him, then Cranes as a one-liner.
Fuck you, asshole. You want me to make my own rules? Rule number 1. You're gonna spend the rest of your goddamn life in fucking agony.
Leave me like this, Crane. Prove you are a man.
God.
Take your
Will
vengeance.
you just shut the fuck up?
You pick up the disc, but Rise charges at you. You take the knife he threw in your chest and stab him with it. Cranes is another one-liner.
Let's ask for a decision, asshole!
Then Camden radios you about a cure being possible. Then the game ends.
I got one question, man. Tell me the news.
The game's cool.
Hello, I'm EMR, and thank you for watching the video. I would like to announce a Discord server I made called Natsuki's Vomit, as well as a Steam group I made called Natsuki's Vomit. The links to them will be in the description below, and there will be a flag up the top right you can click on. Thanks for watching up to this point of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.